Hey, what's going on out there? DCW Hawks here with me as always.
Devin.
And today we're going to be taking a look at our second All Elite Wrestling figure, the greatest of all time, Chris Jericho. Let's get him out of the box. So we have Jericho out of his box, and first impressions, I really like these AEW figures. I really like AEW in general. It's kind of making me remember why I was such a big wrestling fan growing up. You know, WWE right now is a joke, to be honest. It's completely kind of unwatchable at times. But then you got AEW, and it's just, hands down, in my opinion, it's better. Storylines, the wrestling, everything. It's what we wanted as wrestling fans. And that's kind of where my collecting habits have gone as of late. Wrestling figures. That's how it started. And now we're back. Right, Devin?
Yep.
A lot of funny story. DCW actually stands for Devin's Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
So, it's a little fun fact for you guys on DCW. Anyway, getting back to the figure. Yep, here's the figure. It looks cool. Looks pretty spot on to Chris Jericho, I think. Pretty neat. We'll run through the articulation real quick. These ones aren't going to be the AEW reviews aren't going to be as long as normal because they're just not as much to go over. But the heads, that's what I like about AEW stuff too, is the heads all just pop off. Like you don't have to boil anything. So you can just pop his head off. He's on a disc hinge here for the head and the neck. And you just pop the head back on. He doesn't get very far down because of the hair. Or up because of the hair, but yeah, he's actually kind of looking just straight ahead. The arms are on ratchet joints, and they go out a pretty good amount. Full rotation, and I love this. All AEW figures and double jointed elbows. Can never go wrong with double jointed elbows. Their hands. Oh, that was kind of loose. Hinge out and in. They spin. And his torso, it's got this diaphragm joint, which allows for a lot of cool articulation. Bending forward just on that, you get that. And then down here, there's another little dumbbell joint. You bend them both together, you get pretty good crunch going forward. Legs are on ball joints, so this is optimal. Get some Van Damme Jericho. Kick forward about that far. Back not too much because of his butt flap. Got double jointed knees. The knee pad kind of hinders it a little bit. Boot rotation. Ankles move down, up, and slight swivel. Not much. But again, these are highly articulated figures. Oh, and you do have a thigh cut. I forgot to mention that. Thigh cut as well. This one's kind of loose, but as long as it stands, I can put it on my shelf, and that's all that really matters. So, what do you think of Devin?
I think it's cool. Definitely captures Chris Jericho.
Yeah. I do want to talk about his tattoos, though. How many rock bands and stuff can you notice from these tattoos? You got Pink Floyd right there, Metallica. I know there's more. That's the Fozzy, one of the Fozzy logos, I believe. And then you got Iron Maiden in there, with a little Eddie right there. AC/DC. The little cannon. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera. but pretty badass, I think. A little Fozzie F on his hand. And then my favorite of Chris Jericho's tattoos, go figure, is the Canadian flag Jason mask. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So far, I think of all the AEW figures I've had and opened, Jericho is probably my favorite. Alright, now let's go over the accessories. Now, going over accessories, he doesn't really have a lot. So, I think he's only got 2, actually. Actually, I don't think, I know. One, as you saw earlier, was the little Le Champion little scarf he wears around his neck. And those are pretty cool. You just, like I said earlier, easy. You'd pop off the head, put on his little scarf. You know, Jericho wears his scarves, bandanas, whatever. And you have him with the bandana on, which is pretty cool. I think this attire was from when he fought Moxley for the AEW Championship the night he lost it to Moxley. He was wearing this getup. And secondly, he has a very nice looking AEW Championship. I like the way it shines.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Like in person, it almost looks, I don't know how to explain it. The shine almost reminds me of like a diamond coated type thing.
Yeah, I can see that. It's pretty nice, and it's got the standard little wrestling belt deal. You got pegs and you got holes, and then you put the pegs in the holes. It's hard to do when you're not paying attention. Yep, and you just snap them in. Well, sometimes. These things can really be a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. But yeah, snap them in like that. And then you have it. You can throw it over his shoulder, and you can hold on to it. And that about wraps up the figure. Let's get into some size comparisons, shall we? Alright, so let's get into some size comparisons for Mr. Jericho. Gonna start off with an AEW counterpart. It's a Series 1, don't mind the scuffed up face, I'm gonna clean him up. Kenny Omega. Obviously, they're AEW figures, so they scale together. Yeah, Kenny's looking kind of rough. Definitely got to clean him up a little bit. But 2 of Canada's best right there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Canada's best, we're going to switch it up a little bit and add the Marvel Legends Deadpool. Good call, Devin. Good call.
Thank you.
Yep, Marvel Legends Deadpool. Again, smaller scale, but if you really wanted to, you could incorporate him into some pictures and stuff, I'm sure. And this guy here, he's not from Canada at all. He's from New Jersey. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Actually.
NECA Part 7, Friday the 13th. That's still my favorite figure of all time. I don't care. But yeah, he's a little bit bigger. NECAs are a little bit bigger.
Also, he's Jason.
Also, he's Jason. Well, yeah, definitely not from Canada.
No.
So, that about wraps up the review on Chris Jericho. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell your friends. We have wrestling and horror movies and superhero stuff. All kinds of cool reviews on the channel, so spread the word. Got great intros made by the G.O.A.T, Tommy. He makes the best intros in the world. And, yeah. So that wraps up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been DCW Hawks.
Devin.
And we will catch you guys on the next one.
Later.
See ya.